Hey guys, I'm Lucky. I'm back here for the video, guys. Today, what I want to talk about is Madden 20. Now, of course, I did go ahead and play the beta of Madden 20, and I cannot show any footage of it. I know, I'm sorry. Sadly, EA is not letting anyone show footage, pictures, or video of Madden 20 because, of course, that is a closed beta. So what you can do is talk about it, and that's all we can really do. So what I want to talk about today, guys, is the best way to start off Madden 20, what to focus on, just based on playing the beta. Now, of course, that's all I have to go off of right now, is just the beta. Now, the beta is not the final build, but we are in June when this beta is released, and of course, the game does come out in July, late July, end of July. Nonetheless, though, we can kind of infer that this beta is going to be a lot like the final build, unlike last year where the game came out. The beta came out, I believe, in what, April, May? No. I think it was June, and the game came out in August. Same kind of area code, same area, but let's just say, based on playing it, this does not seem as glitchy as other games. Now, in the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions of the beta. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions of the beta, and I also played it with a friend, and I'm going to have my friend explain what his thoughts of the beta was. Okay, so we're going to do that at the end of the video, but for right now, let's start off with what do you want to focus on day one of MUT 20. First off, and I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but the offensive line sucks. The same issues that was last year with the offensive line carried over to this year. The offensive line has a lot of issues. So, what you want to do is bolster that defensive line. I cannot tell you how much times I've been sacked by Khalil Mack, okay? I played with the Pro Bowl teams. I had, the Pro Bowl offense, obviously AFC. I played against the Pro Bowl defense. And even though Taylor Lewan is one of the best right tackles in the game, he's in the Pro Bowl as right tackle, he got destroyed every single play by Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald destroyed my quarterback. I think Aaron Donald has an ability that lets him be able to intimidate the quarterback and actually mess up passes. I'm not kidding, guys. These players, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, all these elite pass rushers, they are OP as all heck this year. Now, there will be a patch day one in MUT 20. Hopefully, they actually fix a lot of these things, but most likely they won't. So, nonetheless, though, defensive line, you want to bolster your defensive line this year. Pass rushers, good pass rushing linebackers, good pass rushing defensive linemen, good passing rushing D tackles. Really bolster that defensive line. Offensive line, kind of like last year, how the ratings didn't really matter as much. That's kind of the sad part, is that's what it looks like this year based on playing. Is offensive line, yes, it's important, but the ratings really don't matter, because as long as you have a crazy defender like Khalil Mack, you could have the best right tackle in the game and you're going to do nothing against him. So it doesn't matter. So make sure you focus on defensive line. Second thing, outside of defensive line, what I've found out is having a good running back, like always, every year in Madden, is very, very important. And especially this year, because the passing game's a little bit weirder. Because of RPOs, it lets you be able to, again, I think they're going to fix this, and this is just a beta, so keep that in mind. Right now, RPOs are really glitchy. And what I mean by that is that if you hike the ball and you hit X to throw a slant, usually the CPU's AI for the defenders will completely mess up and let you catch a wide open pass, and the defender won't even pay attention to the slant route. Now that changes once you introduce users into the game and stuff like that. But if you introduce a user going over here to cover a slant route, the running back, you just hand off to the running back. So I really feel like this year RPOs are going to break Madden. And I feel like it's going to really change the atmosphere of Madden. So, I don't know. But what I would focus on is a good running back. Having a solid 1-2 punch running back. So, for example, maybe having a very good trucking back that you can use on like a RPO play that you're just trying to get 5 or 6 yards. Because based on running 1,000 times with RPOs, I literally gain 5 or 6 yards every time I run the ball, because of the fact that the defenders, they focus on the pass right away. You just run the ball at the middle. So having a good chucking back that can get those extra 1 or 2 yards from just slamming his head down. Very important. Second thing, obviously, having a 1-2 punch, having good speed back is very important too. Just because you do need to run toss plays, stuff like that. End arounds. End arounds are huge this year. Reverse plays, end arounds, stuff like that. I personally speaking I didn't run it with any speed demons, but I can just imagine how beautiful it was, because one of the plays you have is you have a I think it's reverse double end around, where you have a guy, you give the ball off like an end around with a wide receiver, and then he pitches it backward to another wide receiver. The play, if you guys want to compare it to NFL, it actually was ran in the Pro Bowl. I think it was either 2 years ago they ran in the Pro Bowl. I think Tyreek Hill actually did it in the Pro Bowl. Kind of interesting. It ended up being a sack and nobody got any yardage off of it. But in Madden, it kind of is cool. If you have speed demons, very important. Next tip, after running backs, focus on speed for wide receivers. Yes, catching is very important. And yes, because of abilities, with the players already having abilities, certain players, it's going to get very glitchy when it comes to, aggressive catching. But speed kills. Every Madden, no matter what Madden you play, speed is the thing you want to focus on. Whether running back, whether it's a quarterback, or whether it's wide receivers. Because, of course, speed does kill. Nonetheless, though, day one, unless you are going hardcore online to grind, most people will be going for solo challenges or ultimate challenges. So again, that's what I'm kind of focusing this on, is based on solos, based on knowing what you're going to be facing in these solo challenges or ultimate challenges, with how good the passers will be, especially on all Madden. So again, having a really good speed team, a speed-based team, you're going to be able to get the ball off quickly. You're not going to have to worry about these pass rushers coming in, and I promise you, if you do not believe me, you will see once you pick up the game. But Khalil Mack will come in within 2.5 seconds every single time he comes at you. So you have a good running back that you can just dump the pass off to, a speed demon running back that can just catch the ball, take off. Very, very important. If you have a little wide receiver who's speed demon, you run a, what am I thinking? You run not an end around. You run a RPO where you go ahead and do a bubble screen. Just go ahead and hike it. Bubble screen to the left-hand side. That speed demon, he's gone. I remember I ran one play with Marquise Brown, the Ravens' first-round draft pick. I ran a bubble screen to him, and he has 89 speed, which right now in Madden is not true in any way. He's going to have like 95 speed once the game comes out. Nonetheless, though, I did a bubble screen to him, and if it wasn't for his speed, he was going for a touchdown. So certain things like that you really want to focus on. Speed at receivers. You focus on a running back that can truck and has speed. You want to focus on defensive line in every category. Good pass rushing linebackers. Good pass rushing defensive line. If you can get elite players, obviously that's a goal. But my whole opinion is day one, never to focus on elite players. Always focus on making your team as good as possible and adding as much pieces as possible. Last but not least, I would focus on cornerbacks. I would focus on speed. Now, the reason why I say speed on corners is, again, because a lot of people will be having these speedy wide receivers. You will see them in the game. Even if they can't catch the ball, it doesn't matter. You want to have some kind of speed at corner. You want to have some kind of, ability to slow down some of these players. Now, the good thing is day one and how the first week of Madden is, we don't have any cards released in the game at first, so they're not going to be that fast wide receivers. Yes, there will be some speed demons, but most likely the best receivers in the game will have like 84, 85 speed. So that's the only good thing. So you don't have to focus too much on speed, but get a little bit of good speed on your cornerbacks. So I'm saying like 87, 88. I'm not talking about 90 plus, 87, 88, and then focus on zone coverage. Being able to sit in zone and have some good zone corners, even if they're not 91 zone. Hey guys, I'm giving back here for that video, guys. Today, I can't show you any Madden 20 beta because that is against the whole EA term service, everything like that. But what I can do is get my initial thoughts and opinions of it, and also my friends' initial thoughts and opinions of it, because we just played it, both of us. So first off, I want to get my thoughts and opinions. Now, I feel like this is obviously just a beta, so more things will be fixed, but of course this is a finalized beta, and the game does come out on July 31st. So there's going to be a lot of things that are finalized in this game mode. Now, my personal opinion of it is it's a lot like Madden 19. I feel like a lot of things that EA went ahead and said they fixed or they made better, I could see the difference. Players move differently. The left analog stick is a little bit better like they said it was going to be. And overall, there's some changes. But I really feel like, personally, just my personal opinion of playing it, it's a lot like Madden 19. It's a lot. Like a lot of Madden 19 and Madden 20 are very similar, if not the same on some parts. The abilities that we had in Ultimate Team that got transitioned to actual real rosters, like if you're playing with real teams, kind of weird. As you guys know, it's kind of broken a lot of those abilities in Ultimate Team. So to have that transition to regular rosters and it be not broken but a little bit OP, it's kind of weird. Pass rushers are a lot more OP this year. Other than pass rushers, I would say the O-line's issues last year's transitioned to this year. Not as great blocking. I don't know. Overall wise, it's a good. It is not like, I wouldn't call it a $60 upgrade. I wouldn't consider a $60 difference, right? That's my personal opinion. If you get the Ultimate Edition, or Superstar Edition, or the Superstar Deluxe Edition, that's going to range around $100. Is it $100 worth of upgrades? I don't think so, but let me go ahead and share this to my friend Sean, and he'll give his opinion on it. All right, so what's your opinion of Madden 20?
Madden 20, I've always been a fan of Madden. I always was, at least. I'm not as much anymore after 13. I believe it's always gone downhill. But this year, I still noticed some ridiculous glitches in the game. However, I do like how they change up the scoreboard. That's a small thing, but I like that. And another thing I like is they make the player movements feel a little more realistic this year than they did in years past. But outside of that, again, just like you, I think Madden 20 feels like it's like Madden 19 again. It doesn't feel too different. And I gotta say, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, they're the two worst commentators ever. They're so boring, and they make me go to sleep. So I always play it silent now because hopefully they change some of these rookie ratings, because some of them are in the 50s, meaning that in franchise mode they're gonna get cut. They're gonna get cut from the teams. It's just ridiculous.
And actually, we just played a game of a Pro Bowl game. And what did they say about the Pro Bowl game? Remember the announcers?
Oh yeah, Gaudin and Charles Davis. They said that they were playing the Pro Bowl, AFC versus NFC. So it's played on a neutral site. Gaudin says, even though they're on the road, I feel like they have a nice chance if they're only down by 1 possession at this point. And not only that, EA has the whole stadium as NFC fans because they're the home team. That's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, so exactly what he said and everything what he said, obviously I conveyed my point. Obviously he gave his opinion of it. Personally speaking, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to complain about it just yet. It just came out. We are just in the beta. I'm very happy to be in the beta, to be honest. But I don't know. It's going to be fun to see how much more they change before Madden 20 officially does release. But with just this beta alone, my personal opinion, I gave mine. Tell me down below, guys, if you have played the beta. If you haven't, I'm sorry, but if you have, give me your thoughts and opinions. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Do you think this year is a lot better? Do you think this year is a lot worse? I'd love to hear it, guys. And remember, no one can record videos of the beta. No one can post pictures of the beta. You can't do anything with the beta. It is closed beta, and you can get banned from EA if you go ahead and do anything with the beta. So keep that in mind. Don't be stupid. Don't do anything stupid. Nonetheless, guys, thanks so much for watching. See you guys next one. Peace out.